Hello, everyone. Look at these cards for this week. I'm going to put up the shuffle with the TikTok reading because in all my years of tarot, I think I've only seen this combination. It's less than 5 times, and that's a lot of years. A very special combination for this week. Both manifestation cards. The Magician is the number one, and we have 1111. 5 1s. The universe is like, hey, we're bringing it, we're bringing it, we're bringing it. Doors are opening. We have love all over the place, and don't feel left out if you are in a committed relationship. This is all of it. I mean, we have the Lover's card, such a fortunate card. And they put the icing on the cake with the 1111, both manifestation cards. If you follow me, you know I don't do a lot of love readings because my goal is you. And I know that once you really fall in love with yourself and get that all put together, everything else will fall into place. So I don't focus a lot on the love readings, but I can't deny it this week. That is for sure. So here you are, manifesting, creating. You're tapping into this energy in August. It's a powerful, potent energy. And what you are focusing on, what you are talking about, what you are thinking about, you're going to see it show up very accelerated, a speeded up version of everything this month. So you have to be really careful with your thoughts. Be really careful who you're hanging out with. Be very careful of a lot of things, and I'll get there in the end. Because I recorded this video once and it didn't record, and when that happens to me, I think it's my guide's way of telling me, hey, you're too long-winded, get to the point. They're never going to sit through that. Here you are, creating. Be really careful. Go to bed with sleep subliminals. Use affirmations. If you make a vision board, now is the time to tweak it, go over things. Hang out in a good place this month. You want to keep your vibe up high. Then they have this, wish fulfillment. This card also signifies new romance if you're single, but a wish. Something is coming to fruition for you. You've been manifesting it. This is a beautiful card. There you are pulling it in. Make sure you're pulling in good stuff, not negative stuff. You got to keep your thoughts in a really good place. We have the Lover's card. This is all about family and stability and choices and making decisions with your heart. So let's dive into the love portion of this reading. If you are single, new love, how do we even say it anymore? But this is a power combination because we have twin flame connections and reunions with this 1111. So here you are. The universe is really trying to bring this to you. Remember, you got to get yourself out there. It is right there. This is about you making choices. If you've been single, maybe you've been dating multiple people, and now you're kind of thinking, hey, I might get more serious. Making a choice around commitment and all of that. Now, this can also mean someone you had a falling out with. They want to come back. They're going to apologize. They want to mend things. It could be someone way back from your past too, or this could be a recent breakup. Now, with these cards, always remember this isn't all about love. A falling out with a friend, a falling out with a family member. Things have just been kind of toxic and you've been staying away. This is an apology. It's a beautiful card. It can also mark new opportunities, business opportunities, career opportunities. Someone comes to you, they want to join forces, and that has been coming out a lot in the readings, collaborating, working with other people. These are two people that melt together. They're in harmony, they're in sync, they work beautifully together. So it can be around a business. Now, when I see this, every time I see this 4 around the Lover's card, I always see couples in committed relationships going after something. Maybe a B&B. I always see a B&B when I look at this card. You're going to start a new journey, maybe purchase another home. This is a big deal and it can mean so many things, but you're opening the door up on something new that's going to bring in financial gains. And they've been talking to us about celebrations and family gatherings and good times and reasons to celebrate. It is such a good period for committed relationships. Something new is occurring in your life. Big things, the doors are opening. Remember, we have 5 wands. All good stuff around love, all good stuff around relationships. Maybe you've been in a committed relationship and now you're ready to move in together. It's just a beautiful high energy around this week. I mean, I cannot even express to you how fortunate of a message this is, this card combination. And I really want you to tap into this week and start pulling in what is meant for you. I want to talk to you. And if you don't want to stay, hey, you go ahead. You go on your merry way. You got a beautiful week ahead of you. There's nothing else I can say except for keep yourself in a high vibe place and focus on what you want to pull in because it's all happening. Now, if you're saying the reason that I'm kind of got long-winded in the other video that never recorded is because I want to see you get this. And this is about manifesting in this heavy energy, this potent energy, this special time for you. When it comes to manifesting, I feel like a lot of people don't explain the entire thing or only explain little pieces of it. And it's not hard. It's just getting used to something different. First of all, remember, the universe likes details. Don't just stand there and say, hey, I'm a multimillionaire, I won the lottery. No. Your life is a work of art. Talk about all of it. Get excited about it. See the final vision. Pull up on the final scene. That comes from Neville Goddard, one of my all-time favorites. And he said, see yourself in the end. That is the scene you are walking up to or you are driving up to. Whatever it is, there you are. Where do you live? What are you wearing? What are you driving? What do you own? What have you done for the people in your life, for the planet? All of it, for the benefit of mankind. It is that final scene, and you have to take time to put that together. I've had the same scene now for 7 years, and I've seen a lot of it come true. I have a vision for the planet. If you have ever walked into my life in any kind of way, if I know you, you are always in my final scene. I see all of you there. And Neville Goddard expresses this because I don't want you to think this all comes from me. This is who I learned from. Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer, reading all of their books. You always see the people you love flourishing. They're happy. It's not that they have to be on the journey with you. They all have their own life. But you see them doing well. They're all flourishing. See them in that final scene. You're pulling up on it. Just the end, the best that you could have ever envisioned your life. That is the scene. And you know, when I pull up on it, just to give you an example, I have certain people that are coming to me saying certain things so that it really casts all that out there. And, you know, we're talking about something and we've accomplished these big things with animal cruelty and pollution and all of it. And I have something for everyone that is there. It's this huge, beautiful party and everybody's just celebrating in there. The picture of perfect health. Put together your end scene. It's very important. And I always have something for the planet that's been in there. That's just me, but I'm just talking about how much time it really does take to put this all together. Now, if you don't visualize, write things down, speak it, talk, whatever you need to do. A really powerful way to manifest is to be in the water, especially at sundown. What is very important with this magician is your vibrational place. And I've talked to you before about seeing your vibration like you see your bank account. All day long, you're getting deposits and withdrawals. Some days, no deposits. And that's what I mean with this Magician card. A lot of times people are manifesting, but they're coming from a very low vibrational place. And when you come from that low vibrational place, that's what you're going to pull in, that low vibrational stuff. You always have to remember, the 5 people you hang out with the most, that's your vibrational place. Those are your people. All day long, though, look at your vibration, guard it. You are getting deposits and withdrawals. And what I mean by that, and I've talked about it before, you go into the store, someone's rude. People in your family are in a bad mood. You're catching the vibe. You're catching the vibe. Those are withdrawals. You get cut off on the road when you're driving. Somebody flips you off. I mean, it comes through in so many different ways. Those are all withdrawals, and we can have heavy withdrawals. I'm just talking about the light stuff. Then you have the deposits. People give you compliments. You get to do something that you love, even if it's just for 10 minutes. You sit outside, you read a book, you sit underneath a tree, you take a hot bath, you go for a walk. Those are all things that put deposits back into your bank account. You have a nice meal with the people that you love. You have a nice conversation with a friend. All those things are deposits. But during the day, halfway through the day, you really have to stop and ask yourself, where am I at right now with deposits and withdrawals? And you'll start to become so aware of how your vibrational place is working and where it's really at and what's compromised it. You don't realize how much you get with the withdrawals. I can't even say it. Be mindful of that. Guard it like it's your bank account. Walk away from people that are in a bad mood. Don't internalize it. Just say, hey, I'm going to let you keep that with you. Family members, when they're having a hard day, if they don't want to talk, there's really nothing you can do. But you can't just sit in their energy because you're trying to fix it, because you're going to rob yourself of your energy. It's something huge with manifesting. And a lot of times people don't understand when they're manifesting why they're not pulling different things in. And a lot of times it's because of who you're hanging around, situations you're dealing with, and you're not being mindful about those deposits that need to go back in. Look at it like your bank account. You wouldn't just give all your money away. You got to be careful with that. The other thing that is very important is the place that you fall asleep in. What are you thinking about? Is that the time when you're going over all these negative things, self-criticism, what you did wrong, what could go wrong, everybody you're worried about, playing out worst case scenarios? You don't want to feed your soul that toxic stuff before you go to sleep. Before you go to bed, when you're drifting off to sleep, is one of the biggest doorways to tapping into your subconscious mind. One of the crucial things that is involved with manifesting. And we tap into that when we are falling asleep. So what you go to sleep thinking on is what you're going to see show up in your life. And especially if you went to bed with a bunch of withdrawals, you're going to wake up the next morning and you're going to be even lower. You have to be very mindful of what you're thinking about when you go to bed. That's when I visualize. That's when I use affirmations. And that's why I push sleep subliminals so much. My favorite people are linked in every video, in the video description. I love them. When you start them, you can't quit. You have to make it part of your life. At least 2 or 3 nights a week, you use a sleep subliminal. You can go back and forth between ones that you love, and you have to wear a sleep headset. It just doesn't work the same if you don't, so invest in that. I'm telling you, it will change your life. A huge way. You tap into that subconscious mind. That's where your story's written. That's where you're holding on to limiting beliefs you may not even be aware of. Things from your childhood, your teenage years. All those things we don't really know, but a lot of times when people are spinning in the mud, it's because they have limiting beliefs. And sleep subliminals, you don't have to do a darn thing. You're just going to go to bed in a really good place. A lot of them too. Doxy's one of my favorites. He has you visualize. What are you trying to manifest? So I'm sitting there and I'll go to bed, not sitting there, laying there, seeing my end scene. And I go to sleep on that and I have amazing dreams. And I am telling you, you will notice huge changes. Be patient. You've spent a lifetime telling yourself a certain story. And this is a way to go in and start rewiring things and really changing your life script. Powerful stuff. The last thing I want to tell you, why this is so important. Manifesting is easy, but it can't be rushed. It's art. Create that end scene. Create vision boards. Use affirmations. Anything you can add positive to the pot to start mentally telling yourself this story. Mentally, you're kind of faking it until you make it with the manifestation card. You believe it. You know, if you want a new car, start going to new car lots, touch the cars. It's all about really seeing it. It's happening now. Getting rid of things like, oh, I can't afford to do that. What you speak is what will come back. Just say, we'll see. We'll see. You don't have to always tell people that you're broke or you don't have money or, all these negative things. That's not your life. Your words have power. Be very, very aware of that. Now, the last thing, and I'll try to make this story very quick. On May 19th, we had the black seasonal moon. It was a big moon for me. I just think it's a really big deal. It's a powerful moon. And I had all these grandiose ideas. I had a vision board started. I had written things down, and I was working on it. Well, the week got away from me. And my brother came in town, and all these things happened, and I worked too many hours that week. Well, Friday came, the day of the black moon, and it was time for me to take off, and I had like 15 minutes. And I rushed, and I said, I just need time to get that project done. There's been a project I've been working on for like the last 2 years, and just random notes all over the place. It's all scattered. And I wanted to be able to put that together. And I wanted to put together a website and put together an online course that I was going to offer. And I haven't been able to get it all together. Well, 3 hours later, if you follow me, you know my son had a traumatic accident. He took this terrible fall and, oh boy, I wasn't working anymore. I can tell you that. And it's not that the universe does that to you. That's not what I'm saying. But I rushed. I did things in a very ungrateful manner. When you just run in, you're like, hey, I need some time. Thanks. Yeah, I have a great day. Or I'm a multimillionaire. I won the lottery. It's lame. It's being grateful is part of this. Noticing everything. Being thankful for where you are right now in this moment. What you have in this moment. And I didn't do any of that. I didn't open up my chakras. I was in too big of a hurry. And I said that. And 3 hours later, we were in the ambulance going to the hospital. Now, the Divine Realm did not do that to me, but it really changed everything for me. And I'm always very careful about manifesting. And I don't take things for granted, but I did that day. I'll tell you what, I got the time. We're still trying to put our life together. My son is still healing. I mean, it's been a big blow. I'm still trying to get back to work. The reason I'm sharing that story with you is because it really brought my awareness back to not being ungrateful, not rushing, not being in the moment. And I wasn't in the moment. I was working myself to death at that time, rushing around everywhere, and I'd really lost focus. Even though I thought I was in the moment and all these things, I wasn't. The reason I'm bringing that up is because, you have to spend time on this. This is your life. It involves people you love. It involves animals. It involves everything. It involves the planet. Don't just manifest for yourself. You can see your life whatever way you want it. But don't forget about other people. Don't forget about other people. Don't forget about other things. That's why it's a creation. You fake it till you make it. You believe it. You see it. You get rid of the negativity. You don't cut yourself down. You don't say you're broke. You don't say, well, maybe someday. You reword things because your words are power. And you take your time manifesting. I'm going to end this, but I will tell you this. I did finish what I started. I finished it just a few days ago. I have my website up. I pulled that whole course together. I'll put that link out for you if you're interested in that. And I did get it done. More than anything, I think it was to kind of prove to the divine realm, hey, okay, this is going on you. I will get it done. But I had a little bit of a lesson to learn through that. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Like, I am even getting emotional about it when I'm talking about it. Don't rush this. You deserve everything. You can be anything. You can do anything. But don't forget the gratitude, the time that you need to put into creating that story, that perfect ending scene. It's right there. It's right there. Just don't abuse it, and don't forget to say thank you. Just be in the moment. Look at where you live. Be thankful for everything you have in the moment. Really pull yourself back into the now, because you got to remember this, and I promise I'll end. When you forget to say thank you and just pull yourself back into the now, you're basically saying, hey, what I have now isn't good enough. I don't appreciate it. But if you could give me all this, I would. You just got to be really careful. I learned all this from Neville Goddard. If you read all of his books, he gives you everything you need to know for manifesting. And it took a lot of years to really even kind of get good at it. But it's not because it's hard. It's just because you have to do something different. But as I just told you, I messed up. And I needed to kind of get back on track in my life. It is going to be a phenomenal week. Really, it is. You got nothing to worry about. Guard your vibration. Happy manifesting, everyone.